a scattered chance at a storm is really not too bad.
I'm not mad at it. People have grills around. A nice little breeze would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, looks good. Thank you, Alex.
All right, thank you guys. Well, today is a time for celebration, obviously, that unfortunately also sees a spike in ER visits. Everyone wants to have fun, right? But it's also important to stay safe. So joining us now is Dr. Joseph Ponce with AdventHealth Porter. Doctor, first off, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. So what are the most common accidents or injuries that you see around the 4th of July?
We see a tremendous uptick in fireworks-related injuries, mostly burns, hands, face, eyes. We also see a lot of minor injuries related to grilling, also accidents using vehicles, boats, things of that nature. But I would say by and large, the most common thing is the firework-related injuries.
Yeah, I would imagine you would. What are some of the first aid steps that people should immediately take if someone is, burned by fireworks?
Right. Number one is to make sure you get them to a safe space. Once they're in a safe area, you really focus on trying to cool off the wound. You want to use cool, running, clean water. You don't want to put any ice on it or any thick creams because that can actually worsen the burn. Okay. And then after that, you really want to focus on keeping it clean and preventing more damage or infection. So, a dry wrap, either a clean gauze, maybe a handkerchief that's clean. And then really for burns that are large, I would say probably good rule of thumb is bigger than your palm. I would really want to seek care in an urgent care or an ER, especially if it involves sensitive areas like the face, the eyes, the hands, and fingers. Okay,
expand on that a little bit, because I always have this conversation whenever, my kids get injured. It's like, what is the threshold, going to the ER or urgent care or just staying at home? You mentioned a few of those, but talk a little bit more about that.
No, that's a great question. We have a great amount of resources here in the city for healthcare. Honestly, very minor injuries. When I say minor, I say like minor cuts, abrasions. If it's a small burn, like maybe to the, small part of the hand that's not bigger than the palm, or if it's like on the arm, but if it's a sensitive area like the eyes, the face, that's usually when I tell you don't go to urgent care, go to the ER. Yeah. Also, if it's a big injury like a trauma, motor vehicle accident, you fell, or maybe there's some type of head injury, face injury, those are more severe injuries that you want to go see in the ER instead.
Yeah. We always talk about being safe on the 4th of July here. Sometimes it sounds like a broken record. Sometimes it sounds like common sense, right? But we see these accidents all the time, and you see them all the time as well. So what is one thing that you wish people knew when it comes to staying safe on the 4th of July?
I know we've probably talked about fireworks a lot.
Sure.
And I actually think that I wish that people would know how dangerous fireworks can be, even the ones that you think are not, they're very harmless, like sparklers, for instance. Those can burn at over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and it can cause a lot of damage and burns, especially to young children. So my advice to anyone out there would be that keep it to the professionals. Go watch a show, but if you're going to be using fireworks at home, follow local laws and state regulations about them, and then try to avoid letting small children or kids use them.
Yeah, it's always great advice. Dr. Ponce, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, and you can always watch all of our interviews on our website at cbscolorado.com. Kennedy?
All right, thank you so much, Brian.